it's Jessie here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. It has been so long since I opened up my budget planner. I put these beautiful April pages in my planner back in March in anticipation of starting out the month of April, really exciting. And then you guys know the shit hit the fan, I got sick. And I have not looked at my budget planner at all in the month of April. And here we are, like, some people are already kind of wrapping April up and moving into May, and I haven't even started with April. So I have all of these beautiful printables in here from my Etsy shop with the butterflies. I was so excited about this pattern, and it's just completely blank. Like, I have not looked at anything. My budget is a complete mess. We have just been spending like crazy. We've had some household things come up. I don't even know where to begin with kind of putting things back together again. Typically I would write in my hybrid budget here all of our monthly expenses and then go kind of week by week with our spending, but I mean, we are already, what week are we in here? Let me take a look at my calendar. So today is April 18th. So yeah, we are already wrapping up like moving into the third full week of April, and it seems silly to like start writing out my budget now when I don't even know what I've spent. I'm probably gonna have to do a lot of like backtracking and going through and writing things in on my own time. I'm gonna have to reference like lots of different credit card statements and everything. We probably have sunk ourselves further into debt with everything going on. That's for another day. For now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually just gonna pull in a Paycheck budget worksheet. I used to budget by Paycheck all the time. I've since kind of moved away from this style of budgeting, but for now, since to do things monthly would require a whole lot of prep work, I think rather than worrying about damage control with the first few weeks of April and what happened, I'm just going to move forward for this kind of week here, the 19th through the 25th. My husband gets paid on the 19th. And I think I'm just going to kind of write out a weekly budget to get us back into the habit of referencing a budget page and having a plan. And then I will do that again for this last week, and then we'll kind of revisit April off on my own and figure out what damage was done and where we're starting out for May, and then I'll be back like with my typical budgeting style in May. I think that's what we're gonna do. So I don't know how helpful this video is gonna be for you guys or even for me. I don't really know what's happening. I just know that I want to get back to budgeting again, and this seems like the best way to do it. So I'm gonna actually punch this page. I've got my arc punch here. If you guys are unfamiliar with how I set up my budget, I have just a Happy Planner ring disc bound system here, and I print out my printables on some heavy duty paper and I punch them and stick them in here. So I'm going to go ahead and get started then. For this would be week 3 of April, I guess, but the paycheck date is April 19th, so I'm going to write that in. And we're going to budget my husband's third paycheck of April together. And I am not sure even like what bills are due this week, you guys. It's going to be interesting to try to put this together. Okay, so the income that we're going to be working with is my husband's paycheck number 3. I'm not going to write in how much the income is because we do not disclose my husband's income. But that's what we're working with today. And I need to kind of figure out what bills are due this week. So I think in order to do that, I'm actually going to flip back to my March budget and just take a look at the calendar. Well, in order to do that, I would have had to fill in March's calendar. You guys, I am all sorts of discombobulated. So let's go back to February, I guess, and kind of see. All right, so this video is going to be all over the place. I probably should have just done this on my own. So April 19th through the 25th. So I know I need to make my... I think what I'm going to do is just kind of write in all of these bills, and we'll come back at the end of the week and kind of see what got paid and what didn't. So I'm going to put my Subaru payment in here. And for that, I'm going to budget $650. I'm writing in a Muji pen, by the way, which is not erasable, so hopefully I don't make too many mistakes here. I have car insurance. I'm just going to write these in, and then we'll go back in and fill in the amounts. My husband's motorcycle insurance. Audible, my husband canceled, so I don't need to put that in here, but we have the minimum payments for my credit cards. So that would be First Merchants Bank, Ashley, Chase, and my Citi card, because we have been using my Citi card. I think what's going to happen is I'm just going to kind of wait until the end of the month after all of my bills are paid and see what's left and kind of decide from there what I want to put towards sinking funds, and then everything else I'm going to pay to the Citi card. So the Citi card is the card we use for absolutely everything. We put everything on the card, and then at the end of the month we true everything up by paying that balance off. Whether or not we're going to have enough in my bank account to cover the entire balance on the Citi card, or if we're going to have to carry a balance for a couple of months until we catch up, I'm not sure. We've had a lot kind of coming at us this month, and with me being sick and not keeping track of anything, our budget is just kind of all over the place. So these are the bills that I anticipate paying this week. Anything that kind of doesn't come due this week, we will carry into next week, but this is what I anticipate. And so I want to just kind of budget for this. So in addition to the $650 for Subaru, I'm going to budget $200 for car insurance, because this is going to be the first month since we got our new car that we pay our new premium. I'm not sure exactly what it's going to be. Hopefully it'll be $200 or less. My husband's bike insurance, I'm going to budget $20. I know that recently went down, but I'm not sure how much it went down. So I'm just going to budget $20. That will definitely cover it. I think it's like $16 or something. It's full coverage insurance for my husband's motorcycle, but my husband's motorcycle is like 15 years old at this point, so we don't pay a ton of money. And then we've got our minimum payments, which I'm not even sure what our minimum payments are anymore. So let me flip back here to my debt trackers, because I have those numbers listed here. Alright, so Chase, the minimum payment is $70, and it's actually less than that now because we've paid it down some, but I continue to pay the same amount every month, even if there's less due, just so I can stay on top of it and continue to pay it down as quick as possible. For Ashley, it's $156. Okay. For First Merchants Bank, it's $58. And then for my Citi card, I'm going to say $35. I don't know if that's going to be accurate or not. I guess we'll find out. Like I said, at the end of the week, I'll come back and write in the actual column. And we'll kind of see how I did with all of this. So these are all of the bills I anticipate coming out this week. Okay, so I'm actually going to zoom you guys in a little bit. I realize you probably could not see any of what I was writing in. And we're going to use my phone to add this up, because I do not know where my calculator is. So we're just gonna use my phone. Okay, so $650 plus 200 plus 20 plus 58 plus 156, gosh, lots of bills coming out this week, plus 70 plus 35 is 1189. So we've got that. And now under this cash envelope section, we're really not going to use my sinking fund section or my extra debt section because I don't even know what's going on with any of that. But for cash envelopes, I'm going to write in a budget for my variable spending, which is really the area I'm most concerned about. We have been spending money like water with eating out and that sort of thing. Just with me being sick, I haven't been up to cooking. So I want to really zip up our budgets when it comes to things like groceries, eating out, gas, that sort of thing. So I'm going to start with grocery. And I'm going to give myself a budget of $150. And I'm really going to try to stick to this, just getting what we need to stock our fridge and pantry for the week. For household items, I honestly don't feel like I need a whole lot, but I'm going to go ahead and allot some money for that just in case something comes up. So I'm going to give myself $25 for anything household related. For spending money, I've actually not been taking spending money because we've been off the rails with our spending and I've just been buying things as I see fit, not really worrying about the budget. It's been a rough month. So we're going to give my son his allowance of $20, and then for my husband, I've actually upped the amount of money I've been giving him because prices of everything have gone up. He was really struggling to stick to his $40 a week budget, so we upped that to $60, and he's been such a saint sticking to that. So for spending, I'm going to allot $80 for Austin, and for my husband, I don't need anything this week. I've done plenty of like shopping for clothes and stuff that wasn't budgeted for, so I'm good to go in that area. What else? For gas, you guys know gas prices being what they are. I'm going to budget $60 for gas because we do need to fill up our gas tank. What are my other variable categories, you guys? I don't even remember. Oh, okay. Eating out and miscellaneous. So for eating out, I would like to say we're not going to eat out this week because we've done so much eating out, but I want to be realistic. We're probably going to eat out this week, so I'm just going to budget $50 for that. And if we don't spend it, then great, but I don't want to budget zero and then go and eat out and come in over budget because right now I need all the wins I can get. My budgeting morale is pretty darn low. And then for miscellaneous, I'm just going to give us $20 for anything that comes up. I know that we have my son's track meet this week, so we will probably do some sort of concession stand dinner that night. So I'll just have $20 on hand for that. And I'm actually going to pull that and our spending money out in cash, but I'm not going to sit down and write out like a plan for pulling out cash. I'm just going to pull out $100 in 20s and disperse it to my husband and to Austin, and then I'll stick the $20 in my wallet to have on hand for anything else that comes up. So for our variable spending then, I believe that's everything. 80 plus 60 plus 50 plus 20. We're going to need a total of $385. But like I said, the only thing that's going to come out in cash is that $100 for spending and miscellaneous. Everything else we'll leave in the bank and just use as we see fit. So this is my plan for this week, April 19th through the 25th. I'm going to try really hard to use my expense trackers this week. I know I have them here somewhere. yeah, I'm gonna try really hard to use an expense tracker this week and keep track of everything I'm spending. So I'm just gonna set that up too. And just kind of try to get back into the swing of things. My budget videos are probably gonna be all over the place for the remainder of April, and then I'll get back to kind of business as usual in May. But I did want to sit down and just write out something. I wanted to use my beautiful worksheets. I just love the butterfly pattern, and it was just making me so sad seeing my budget planner sit here not being used. So I have a plan for what bills I need to pay this week. I have a plan for our variable spending. It's essentially just damage control. Try to spend as little as possible. Limp us through the rest of this month, and then we'll start fresh with May. I still have a whole stack of cash sitting here waiting for me to figure out sinking funds for April. I put the cash aside at the beginning of the month thinking that once my hands healed and I was feeling better, I would sit down and film a sinking funds video. But I mean, it's been 3 weeks and I'm still not like completely back to normal, so I gotta kind of figure that out. So yeah, bear with me, you guys. I'm trying to get videos out where I can, when I can. I miss budgeting with you guys, but right now we're just kind of in survival mode, trying to push through April, and then we'll be back fresh with May. Hopefully there's no catastrophes between now and then. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video, even though it was kind of pointless and all over the place. I just wanted to sit down, get back into my budget planner, and I wanted to, of course, say hi to all of you who watch my budget videos and miss my budget videos. So let me know how you're doing with your budget in April. Hopefully better than me. Hopefully it's been a really successful month for you. And I'll be back soon with an update, and we'll kind of figure it out from there. All right, friends, thanks for watching. Bye.